Hello, this is Eric with CyberZev channel, and I'm going to show you today the difference between supercharging and CCS charging. So Tesla supercharger I'm going today is a 250 kilowatt charger. Now it's a local one in town, so I may not have a warm enough battery when I get there, but we'll see. It's about a 15-minute drive, and I entered it in as a destination, so the car will be warming the battery as I go there. And kind of what I wanted to show today is how, the procedure for both supercharging and CCS charging and how different they are. As we're driving there, you can see down here it'll say preconditioning battery for fast charging. And if I move the map over here, I can see how many cars are there. Right now it says 5 stalls available, 8 stalls total, 250 kilowatt max. I wanted to show you some of the aids for backing in. So down here you'll see there's 2 side cameras to get your left-right alignment and the regular backup camera so you know when to stop. I like to stop when I'm just right before I hit the pylons to give me plenty of space for the cord. And then so all I have to do is put it in park and then get out and plug it in. So charging with the Tesla is as simple as pulling the handle down, inspecting it for damage as I do with any plug, and then I hit the button here and plug in. It's that simple. Then I get in the car and I can check the charging power, and notice in that few seconds I'm already up to 100 kilowatts and rising, and the power I'm receiving now is limited because my battery's not fully warm. So if my battery is warmer, it would take higher power. You'll see it's already ramping up still though. And very simple process. From start plugging in, or from parking to getting a charge, is less than a minute, which just makes everything really easy. And here, even just 15 minutes of preheating and I'm already getting 200 kilowatts, so plenty. If I look down at the screen here, I can see how much my current session has cost and what percentage my battery is at. I can change my charge limit here. I have it set to 100% now because I was on a trip recently. And you can see I'm actually up to 220 kilowatts now, so the battery is plenty warm for power. It usually doesn't hold 250 very long anyway, so it's not really going to make a difference. It's saying 50 minutes to 100%, but if I change my limit here to say 70% or 82% it says, then it's only 25 minutes. So that extra 20% doubles the time. And that's typical for a charger. Half your time will be spent below 80%, half above 80%. Okay, I'm actually not going to charge very long here because I have free charging at work and this is a local supercharger, so I just kind of wanted to show you how it worked. You notice my power is already dipped down to 180 kilowatts, so it didn't matter that I arrived with a not fully warm battery because you don't stay at the 250 very long anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug, and just in my couple minute charge you can see that I already hit $4 and already jumped up to 28%, so pretty quick charging. And next up is the CCS car, which is a Kia EV6. Alright, now for the second part of the test, we're going to test a CCS charger and the procedure of going about starting that and getting a charge. And I'm going to attempt using a 350 kilowatt charger today, but I'm not sure if the battery will be fully warm by the time I get there, so we'll see how it goes. I want to engage winter mode. That's the battery preconditioning mode that they have, similar to what Tesla uses. If you go to EV, settings, winter mode, check the box right there. Okay, now it is in winter mode, and as a note here, it says you will get worse efficiency driving in this mode, so you have to expect it'll cut your range probably 10% if it's comparable to my Tesla. So now I'm gonna go to my destination here. Directions to Williamsburg, Iowa.
Would you like guidance to this location?
Yes. I think it's telling me to drive on a closed road. One that closed for construction. Find chargers at my destination.
Sorry, I didn't understand you. Please try your command again after the beep.
Charging points along my route.
I still didn't understand you. Please try your command again after the beep.
Charging?
I still can't understand you. If you want to try again, please make sure your window is closed to minimize cabin noise.
It gets what I'm saying. It translates it correctly, but it's kind of useless for this. Charging points of interest.
Sorry, I didn't understand you. Please try your command again I still didn't.
I really have no idea how to find a charging point. Zoom out and see if you see one. There should be one in Williamsburg we're looking for.
Flipped.
That's on the other side of I-80. That doesn't even show it there. What's that? Ah, there, we figured it out. There's a node on Tesla, you just zoom out and click on the supercharger icon. So it's kind of a little more complicated in here. So the first thing to note with this car, to open the charging port, you kind of touch and feel the thing right there and push, and it should open. And now we're open. Pull the CCS plug out, And then we're going to grab either one or two here, they're the same, and press the button there. I always check these for damage. Look good. Plug in like that. The next step is to come over to the screen here where it says connecting to vehicle. And you can either use the touchpad. We haven't had success on that lately, so we just use the app on the car, on the phone. You open up the Electrify America app, since we're at Electrify America, and then tell it to start from the phone. And it looks like this is going pretty smooth. Once you kind of figure out CCS, it isn't too bad, but it is more work than the Tesla, as you saw, where I just unplug the charger and plug it in, and it automatically bills my card on the Tesla account. And then hit continue. Now, I didn't get the battery charge as low as I'd hoped today for 350, so we may not hit a faster charge rate. So you can see I'm at 64%, so I don't expect much over 150 kilowatts. Yeah, 150. If you get inside the car while it's charging, you'll see the dashboard shows the current charge power and how long until your charge percentage. And you can see we're still at 90 kilowatts at 83%, which is actually a really good charging curve. When you're ready to stop your charge, you come back to here and you can see your information up here. So your charge time, your cost, it might be billed per minute or per kilowatt hour, depending on what state you live in, where you started, where you ended. Here you can see the pricing information, and then there's a help screen where you can get information there. Current phone number. Phone number is also located here, but that could change. And then when you're done and you want to stop your charge, like, I would recommend not charging to 100%, just charge enough to get to your next destination. Just hit stop, and then it stops, and it shows you what your bill is. So when you stop, you should come over here. The lock, you should have heard the lock unclick inside here, and then I should be able to just pull it out and click it back into place. It updated here. It tells me that there was no idle fee for sitting here, and since I have Kia miles, like 1,000 free miles from Kia, or kilowatt hours from Kia, that it tells me it costs $0, but it would usually cost $9.20 with tax. So there's that. Put your little dust cap back on, close the door. And that is charging the EV6. To wrap up, you can see that both the Tesla and the Kia EV6 are pretty quick charging. Both are pretty easy to use, the chargers. My one note is with the CCS, make sure that you have all the apps and you kind of plan your route ahead of time. Since it's using multiple networks, you know, they have different reliabilities and different issues of their own. So make sure you kind of figure out which apps that you need and have billing set up for all those apps, and know how to use the apps. Most of them are, you plug in the charger and then you use the app and tell the charger to start charging. Some of them let you use NFC to start it, where you tap your phone on the charger, but I've found that to be more hit or miss. It works sometimes it doesn't, but the app seems to work every time. So I recommend using the apps instead, and that'll help your experience a lot. Also use PlugShare to kind of monitor the health of the different chargers. So you can use the app, PlugShare, open up what charger you're at, and you can click and see if other people have had problems charging there. especially with similar EVs. You can see what EV they used when they checked in. That can be wrong, but overall it's pretty good. And with a Tesla, you want to make sure you have a credit card on file with your Tesla account, because it'll bill to that whenever you plug into a supercharger. And to make things interesting, Tesla is probably going to open up their network in the United States like they have in Europe. So that means you might be able to use the Tesla app and use that to start a charger on your CCS car, or the Tesla will be able to use adapter and charge at CCS and start the traditional way with the app. So that'll be interesting, and probably in the next year, if that comes, I wouldn't make any buying decisions based on that information though. So yeah, thanks.